With us again, relationship expert Mary Jo Fay is joining us this morning on Good Day. Good morning, Mary Jo.
Good morning.
When we were talking the other day about this story, you're not surprised. I mean, this happens all the time. Not to this level where it's taken this far.
Right.
But what causes somebody to stay in a relationship where it's clearly dysfunctional?
You know, there's so many things that lead up to it, and what I like to say to my clients that first start meeting somebody, the red flags are there all along. So, for example, the first time you and I are out on a date, everything's great because you put on a really good persona. A week later, you might say to me, God, that was really stupid. Are you always this stupid? And for me to not just go, oh my God, that's a red flag, nobody calls me names. I should be picking up my purse and walking out and saying, this guy is a loser. But so many women have such low self-confidence that one of their biggest fears is being alone. So they kind of go, oh, he's had a bad day, so I won't say anything, I won't rock the boat anymore. So then the next week, when you get a little shove or you get a little push, I mean, it's not necessarily that time frame, but you see what I'm saying is it builds up and up and up. And if I threw a frog in a boiling pot of hot water, he'd jump out. If I put him in the cold water and turn it up slowly, he doesn't notice. So over time, each behavior that we accept, we have literally taught our abuser to continue to abuse us in a bigger way.
But Mary Jo, you never get into a relationship thinking anything like this is going to happen.
Sure.
Are there signs, you say in the dating process, obviously these two were married at one point,
right,
and even had children, and then it got to this point. So what do you look for even in the dating process?
Oh my gosh, even on internet dating, you can get 2 lines from a potential dater and go, eliminate, never mind. Just in the tone of the voice, there's so much you can read in between the lines. We need to do a show just on that someday. Because
without being too cynical, though, I mean, you could pretty much exit everybody for their own personal quirks. But you say it's not the
personal quirks. It's the thing like you say, please send your picture. You know, I put up an ad and it says, your picture gets mine. And I get a response from a guy who says, you send yours first. And I'm like, wait. My ad said, if you're interested in me, your picture gets mine, send your picture, and then I'll go from there. And then I get a guy who writes back and goes, well, we have to do it at the same time. Do you have webcams? And I'm like, wait a minute.
You can tell there's
a controlling thing, a manipulative thing. And the other really bad thing is intermittent reinforcement is how we teach the world. If I'm teaching a dog to go fetch, I can give him 1 treat, and 9 times I cannot give him a treat. And so what happens in a woman in this situation is 9 times she's treated badly. She's ready to walk out the door. He comes home, senses it, and says, oh, honey, brings flowers. I'll never do it again. And she's buying into him for his potential, not for who he really is. So she keeps coming back, and there's a whole piece of self-esteem in there that she doesn't have it.
Hoping against hope, but there are children involved here, and you want, for the sake of the children, to try to make amends, stay together.
Sure. We have that whole religious thing that says, you know, till death do us part and all of that. But what we do is we raise our children then in an abusive environment. They go out and become abusers or become victims of abusers. We learn it in our homes. Mary Jo,
any information, website, anything like that we can refer to?
Sure. You can come to my website at www.outofthebox.com, and I help people with difficult relationships.
Name of your book, too, by the way.
When your perfect partner goes perfectly wrong. So that certainly applies. This one's certainly more extreme than others, but it starts out the same way.
Relationship expert Mary Jo Fay, thanks very much.
Thanks again.
Tough situation to talk about, too.